Welcome back to episode 3 of the Noise Podcast, Make Some Noise. I'm your host, Pepsi, and today we've got 3 very significant topics. We're talking all things UNSW. We've got Ren back with us for a second week in a row, discussing myExperience, the best, the worst, and the rest. We've also got Mia and Dia discussing the recent production of Love Island by ARC, and their thoughts, a sneak peek into their upcoming post about it as well. We've also got Alex Neal back with us again, talking about special considerations, how to make sure that it's actually helping you rather than harming your educational experience. Back by popular demand, we have Mia and Dia returning once again, this time with a slightly more serious topic.
They're discussing.
I wanted to give you some credibility, I'm sorry.
No, we don't deserve credibility.
Yeah, so what are you guys on about today?
So Dia and I went to UNSW's Love Island this week.
Yeah, so today's Silly Hour, we're just going to be talking about it. If you want a full review, including notable moments, who was competing, who won, all that kind of stuff, check out the article that should go up later today.
It's a great article.
Yeah, we put a lot of work into it.
Well, Dia put a ton of work into it. I was just there.
Yeah, whatever you were saying contributed to my...
To be fair, a lot of my quotes were put in the notes.
That is true, yeah.
We were saying a lot of whack stuff, so...
You were there to say no when I said hear me out.
Yeah, absolutely I was. He was not hot. No, okay, listen. I don't want to be mean to him. There was nothing wrong with the guy. I didn't personally find him attractive. Dia was hearing me out.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
Dia was saying hear me out every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
What was that? What was they doing?
So...
Okay, so I think the first most important thing that I talk about in excruciating depth in the article was that it was not Love Island, it was The Bachelor.
Yeah, correct. Where were the bikinis? Where was the island?
Literally! Where were the baddies?
There was barely even love, to be real with you guys.
There was no love, there was no island, there was no baddies in bikinis. What am I here for?
Yeah, this is the thing. I get that they were trying to coincide it with, the new season of Love Island UK, but also the actual format had nothing to do with Love Island.
Well, it's also just, UNSW Bachelor doesn't get the clicks, views, and engagement as UNSW Love Island. For a really obvious reason.
Yeah, absolutely, because no one watches The Bachelor
But
anymore.
also nobody knows what Love Island is. I watched The Bachelor firstly. Fuck y'all.
No, but genuinely, The Bachelor, I think, has gone down so much in popularity because we have so many, reality
That's
TV
true.
dating shows these days. Are you
That is
kidding? There's so many.
The only reason I watch The Bachelor is because I watch them all and I get bored on the off seasons.
So
Anyways,
what else happened?
UNSW Love Island, the format. Okay, it's old-fashioned dating game style where they have one person hiding behind a wall and they ask questions like, contestant number 1, if you were a type of cheese, how would you spread?
Yeah, it was, to be so real with you guys, that was not a real question that was asked, but it was, close.
Yeah, it was, would you fuck, marry, kill a scaling...
Isosceles equilateral triangle, yeah.
Was this written by an engineer?
No. The girl literally asked that.
Yeah.
And then she goes, so if you were a triangle, which one would it be? We spoke about triangles way too much this night.
Yeah, everyone who... we had a yap/debrief after the event with some of our friends we caught up with it afterwards, and the number one takeaway was why was there so much yapping about triangles?
Yeah, it was crazy, actually. Also, I would like to say that every single one of those men, said absolutely whack things about what triangle they'd be and why.
Dude, it was just whack.
It was so whack.
Every question's answer was so whack in that
It was, uncomfortable but funny, but, not for the right reason.
So a dating show.
No. This is the thing.
No, refuses to elaborate.
No, okay. It was awkward because, they didn't really think through their answers and they were really put on the spot, but they didn't have the, himbo charisma of a dating show contestant.
No,
so it just
not
came
at all.
across as
Genuinely, it was giving slut. There's no other way.
No, okay.
Is that gonna have to get bleeped?
No, that's
Okay, fine.
We can call people sluts.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We opened a new lens for Silly Hour.
Within the context of defamation law, yes.
Okay, guys, next week on Silly Hour.
Look,
we
I'm
have
not.
top
No
10
one is saying that they are sluts. The answers that they were giving and the persona they were putting out was not giving. I am here to find love.
Okay, I mentioned this in my article, but there is one contestant who I'm not going to name, but you can check out the article if you want to look into it. But I could not
Out this afternoon.
tell if they were being serious or not. the entire time because they didn't have the
Can I
charisma
ask
to
which
be
one you're
safe.
talking about?
Yeah, we can take
Just
it.
make
Oh, I know who you mean.
Okay, this guy said that his name was first name, last name, Rizzle. That his green flag was having Riz, and that the type of triangle he would be was like isosceles or equilateral, one of the two, because that's the shape of his chest. His hobbies were getting up in the middle of the night, going to the gym and boxing, and then going back to bed.
Yeah.
So like, I think he was taking the piss out of it, right? But he just did not have the delivery for it.
No, this is the thing. He seemed serious,
Like,
but it was like too fucked up to be like funny.
He did not have the confidence to be funny, so he just like kind of said things that were meant to be funny but didn't deliver them in a funny way. It was just really awkward for everyone.
Yeah, true.
Shout out to him. Like, I'm still wondering what was going on. My theory is that he just like did not have the confidence to be funny, and so he just said funny things and hoped that it would work.
Yeah, it was a little bit of that. I would also like to say that we're really, really happy that nice guy Timothy won.
That is true.
He was the nicest.
Really good
he was, but can I also say that like, look, he was definitely like a little bit scared, a little bit awkward, doing a lot of umming and ahhing. He was the only one that was asked to say some poetry. His poetry was very reminiscent of that one Noah Centineo like acceptance speech where he just says the most incomprehensible sentence possible. I'll be honest with you.
It's not what you do, but what you do.
It's not what you do with what you've done, but what you do with what you've done for others, or something like that.
What?
His exact words were like, what he talked about wind. It was really confusing.
I do remember it, but because I do not want to have beef with Timothy, I
No, Timothy, we're really happy for you that you won, Timothy, if you're listening. Thanks for making it entertaining.
We were rooting for you, Timothy.
We were rooting for Timothy
my
hard.
boy Timothy should win.
Yeah.
And my boy Timothy
We've been talking about the men this whole time. I feel like we need to talk about the girls round. Please let us finish.
Wait, we didn't even mention the best part of the entire night, which is in the Bachelorette round as well.
Yeah.
Which is the Bachelorette. Okay, we believe this. We have no way of like, Ark can come out and deny these claims. She can come out and deny these claims. This is what it looked like. It looked like she tried to run away.
Yeah.
The lineup of men.
Okay, so this was also during like the men's, like the men were competing for her, right? And genuinely, she had to be coaxed up onto the stage. She was sitting in the front row. And she like would not come up for like 5 fucking minutes, and then everyone had to like people running it had to come to her and be like, please, like go up.
It's
like
one thing to be like, oh, she had stage fright and she didn't want to go up. But then later, when she was asked what her pet peeve of uni was, or like her least favorite thing about uni was, she said the lack of cute guys.
The panel was silent, and the whole crowd went fucking crazy. Someone needed to airlift that poor girl out. Seriously.
I was like, this poor girl can she pick nobody? Like, I'm glad she picked Timothy and everything like that. But like, this poor girl did not want to be there.
No, she really didn't. But like, speaking of, so like the guy, the session where it was like the girls competing for the guy, the most interesting thing about that was that it was a 27-year-old, a 19-year-old, and a 22-year-old competing for a 20-year-old man.
Yeah, dude, there's so much fun happening.
And the 27-year-old won.
Yeah. So the first couple had a 7-year age gap, which is really entertaining.
We don't know what the age gap of the second couple was.
I think it would have been mostly age appropriate.
I think it was, but the first one was like, why is there like that spread of ages?
And isn't it a bit weird that they're making a 19-year-old and a 22-year-old compete? Because it was kind of like it was a bit of a.
That's when we only knew the first.
27.
No, the guy's a 20-year-old. So the guy's 20, and I turned to Mia before they revealed the final girl's age, and I went, "Isn't it a bit weird they're making a 19-year-old and a 22-year-old compete?"
The consensus was yes.
The third girl reveals that she's 27,
and then we don't find out the guy's age.
Yeah, we don't know the guy's age, and at the end of the whole round, the guy finally reveals that he's 20. And so that means it's a 20-year-old and a 27-year-old.
Yeah, it was kind of wild.
So the 27-year-old is obviously like a post-grad student and everything like that.
Yeah, she was doing her masters.
Yeah, why did nobody vet this? Why did nobody go?
To be super real, I don't think ARC vetted it at all because they literally had an announcement over the microphone. Can the contestants please come have a little meeting with us in the corner? I don't even think they met a single one of the contestants beforehand. But apparently, a lot of people got rejected from this.
That's the thing. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, the other thing that me and Mia spent a very long amount of time talking about is that the girl, the 27-year-old, talked about how she had 3 Android earphones and an iPhone, and I just want to know why.
What are you
need
doing?
4
Like,
phones.
actually, what are you
Like,
doing?
that's what we spent the intermission talking about. We're like, why do you need 4 phones? And she's also like a black belt in some kind of martial arts. So like, girls got a black belt and 4 phones.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, good for him. Good for him.
Also, I would just like to point out that the 19-year-old Julia, we love you. She literally said, I want him to call me baby girl.
She didn't win.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, I turned to me and I was like saying that in front of everyone. Like,
She's right, but you say it in front of everyone, girly.
oh.
Wow.
Well,
It's
also-
okay, speaking to our hearts.
I was gonna say, but also kind of stresses the like immaturity, like comparing her and the 27-year-old.
I know.
The 27-year-old said something along the lines of like, I don't need the like constant validation of texting my partner like some other people. I'm an independent woman. And I was like, okay, queen, good for you. And then Julia comes out and is like, I need to text all the time. I want him to call me baby girl.
Like, at least she's being honest.
Right?
And we're all with her.
Yeah. Julia, if you're listening to this, hey queen, we love you.
We do love you.
We're Julia Nation.
Yeah, Julia Nation.
Julia. This is a pro-Julia podcast.
It is. Anyway, so Lanya won with the guy.
Yeah.
Dia thought the guy was hot.
Dia said, hear me out, and then he said he was into go-karting, and then I went,
No, yeah.
You know what? I disagree with that. Charles Leclerc is into go-karting too.
Who?
Charles Leclerc?
Who's that?
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god.
Okay, I mean, I'm sure
Actually, no.
I'm sure audio listeners know.
Lewis Hamilton, also into go-karting.
Is he related to Alexander Hamilton?
Oh my fuck. Do you know what Formula One is?
I know that it's a sport about cars.
Anyway, what are our last thoughts on Love Island?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, actually, I have a
10
last
word
thought.
summary.
I have one last thought,
Okay.
and the last thought is that the people in the row behind us were
Yes!
literally sexually harassing the girls up on stage.
And then too, this is a Respect Week event, and the guys behind us were catcalling the girls on stage the entire event.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we turned around.
Loudly too. I'm amazed they didn't get thrown in.
Literally, we like turned around to each other and I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like I feel so uncomfortable right now with the way they're talking about women. And like, we like turned around to each other and like we saw all the other people and all the other women there also were like, they're a bit weird.
It
for
was
that.
really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And it was so loud. I'm actually so surprised that no one picked up on that and did something about it, because it's a Respect Week event. That's what
Literally.
it's meant to be. It's
Like,
meant to be like,
literally.
oh, dating can be fun and kind of cool. No, there were people literally harassing these poor girls.
Yeah. Literally like yelling out on the stage like, oh, she could bend me over. Oh, like,
Yeah.
and I was like, dude.
It just like was
it's a
not.
Respect Week event.
It's also just like not what they were going for, clearly. Like, I think ARC, like, yeah, like that did not like hold up to what they were hoping for, really.
Literally. And
But what can we possibly expect?
Yeah.
Alright, 10-word summary, go.
ARC's Love Island was entertaining for all the wrong reasons.
That's 11 words I have to cut reasons.
Wait, fine.
For all the wrong.
Yeah.
No.
ARC's Love Island was entertaining for the wrong reasons. Is that
No,
enough?
I just can't count actually. Good work, we are 10 words.
ARC's Love Island could have been better. Age gap problem.
That's where we're cutting that, I think.
Oh, we should make a haiku, okay?
No.
Goodbye until next week. We love you.
Yes, don't forget to read the review. It should be coming out
Yeah, please do. It's great.
today.
Yeah, today.
Actually, this afternoon. And now, after that bout of somewhat chronically online rambling, we've got someone with a little bit more thoughts in their head. Welcome back, Ren. Your second time on the podcast.
Yes, hello. I'm here today to talk about my experience and the interesting information that can be gleaned from people's responses to it.
Yeah, now you've put together, I guess, a list of the best, the worst, and some interesting...
Yeah. So just for clarification, I only included, for the best and the worst, I only included courses that ran this year or last year, and only if they had at least 30 responses, just to not get a huge amount of bias. As well as we didn't have access to the data in a workable format, unfortunately. The university doesn't release the data. You can't download it as an Excel spreadsheet or anything. You have to look at it through the Power BI document, which is quite restrictive of what you can do with it. So it does take a very long time to get through, and because I didn't have a whole 8 hours to get through everything, there is not all courses are here, so sorry if your favourite didn't make it, sorry if your most hated course didn't make it.
This is just the highlights reel.
Yeah, so start with the worst courses, the top 3 worst courses.
Hang on, I'll do the top 10, top 3?
Yeah.
Top 3 worst courses in Term 1, 2024.
The worst rated course, which got 50% not satisfied or very not satisfied, was HESC 4502, which was Workplace Assessment and Rehabilitation for Exercise Physiologists. I couldn't actually find any reviews for this course online, but in the past the reviews were pretty positive, so I don't know what happened this year.
Yeah, something's gone wrong there, I think. That's a med school course, isn't it? Like a physiology type
It's
of... Yeah,
for exercise physiologists that they have to do a placement, so...
Right. People didn't like their placements this year, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 2.
Yeah, CEIC 2000, Materials and Energy Systems, which is a chemical engineering course, which got 45% of people dissatisfied with the course. Apparently this is a quite hard course, and it's a big step up from first year courses, and students did not feel that they were adequately prepared to have taken this course, according to some reviews I found online.
Number 3.
This was Comp 3411, Artificial Intelligence. I did actually take this course. It got 39.5% dissatisfied reviews. So I did take this course not last time it ran, but the time before that. And we actually had to get the CSC student representatives involved partway through the course because there was a lot going on. There were many mistakes in the quizzes. The lecturers didn't seem to know what they were talking about sometimes, and the final exam was basically nothing like what they said it was. They said it had this amount of questions and they'd be like that, and none of that was true. So it was a course for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, I'd hope if it's ranking in the bottom 3 courses this term that maybe they'll give it another look, see what's going on there.
Yeah.
You've also put together the top 3 courses, from my understanding?
Actually, there were quite a few courses that received 100% satisfaction. So I think I've got about 6 or 7 of them.
Ooh, let's find out who was doing very well this year.
Yeah, so the top few courses were Arts 3025, the Art of Non-Fiction, Crim 2020, which is Criminal Law and Justice 1. That seemed to do quite well in past years as well. CVEN 9886, Environmental Microbial Processes.
I think that's a postgrad civil engineering.
Yes,
yeah.
quite a few of these are postgrad courses actually. DDES 9141, Graphic Design Foundations at the postgrad level. Econ 3104, International Macroeconomics. GSCOE 9758. These are all much a mouthful.
Yeah.
Network Systems Architecture, that's also a postgrad course.
Are these all the 100%?
Yes.
Yeah, yeesh. These guys, shout out to these course conveners and lecturers and tutors. You guys have done very well for yourselves.
And the final one of these 100% is HDAT 9100, is Context of Health Data Science.
So I'm hearing a lot of arts, I'm hearing a lot of medicine, and I'm hearing a bit of civil engineering.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good from those faculties. Everyone else needs to maybe take another look. Now you mentioned to me you had some interesting...
Yes, we've got a range of interesting course names. They didn't necessarily all take place this year or last year. But
these were just ones you found funny?
Yes.
Or, yeah.
We've got, starting out with Contemplating Jazz. If you wish to contemplate jazz, that might be a good one to take.
Did that get good rankings?
It got pretty mid ratings, actually.
People are okay with jazz.
Time Engineering. If you Wish to be a Time Lord, good one to take.
Yep. Doctor Who went to UNSW. Yep.
Illicit Business. I don't actually remember what that course was about.
UNSW,
but, yeah.
Bachelor of Drug Dealing.
What's Music About? Another music course with a strange name. Dressed to Kill. It's a fashion advice there for anyone who would like it.
Also part of the Bachelor of Drug Dealing. Yep.
Making virtual reality documentaries. I don't think I've ever seen a virtual reality documentary personally.
Interesting one, that.
Explosives. That's a...
Just explosives?
Yep. That is a course at Canberra. So,
okay, that makes more sense.
Thinking skills, in case you need a bit of brush up on how to think.
Yep.
And finally, how to start a revolution.
Yeah, I'm sure some of our friends in Red would love to take that course. Yeah, I mean, those are some interesting course names. I'm a big fan of explosives. Wait, we need to cut that. But yeah, I guess we'll have another wrap up of what's going on. I know this is coming into a longer piece as well.
Yes, and I especially want to try to see if I can get my hands on the actual data and have a proper look into things. But we'll have to see if we get approval for that. So, yeah.
Yeah, keep an eye on the website and the social media in the coming weeks. For now, it's been lovely to have you back.
Yeah.
Thanks for having a little chat with us. Shout out to the list of 100% courses. And yeah, we'll see you next time. And now, to introduce an ongoing series we're going to have on noise, Alex Neal to discuss the special considerations process at UNSW. Alex, lovely to have you back. Yes. So you've obviously had, as most students have, quite a few run-ins with special considerations. You've been at UNSW for how many years now? Redacted for legal. But yeah, so you've obviously, had quite a few experiences with them. I guess my main question to you is, what do you think the point of special considerations is?
It's something, I think if you're a first year listening to this, you're probably going to be surprised to hear that is a question that has multiple answers. Like, for most students, it's pretty obvious, and for most student representatives, it's pretty obvious that it's a system designed for equity, designed to help students who are vulnerable. And I've gone through quite a few mental health challenges in my time at uni. I've been in poverty. I've been recovering from abuse. I said no comment before, but I'm actually pretty open about that. Like, I've gone through some shit, and it's taken me a long time to do my degree because of that. And to be honest, it wouldn't have taken as long as if the special consideration process was more helpful. And that just is what it is. But I think the issue that's really apparent with the students who have looked into this is the way the special consideration system is set up. It assumes you're trying to game the system. It assumes you're a lying dirtbag cheater until you can prove that you're not and you actually need the help, instead of coming to students and saying, hey, what do you need? Let's help you complete your degree properly. Not to mention, you never actually talk to a human being when you apply for spec-coms. It's all emails, and it's dehumanizing. That's what we're here to talk about today.
Yeah, and I mean, you've had what some would call a relatively good experience with spec-cons recently, getting, a 6-week extension on a couple of assignments from the end of last term.
I couldn't believe it as little as anyone else listening could.
Yeah. I mean, talk me through the process of, what did it take to get that much out of the uni?
Yeah, so I had a massive win with spec-cons. I've had some massive losses. I've had the spec-con team come to me and go, like, you get an extension, but we're not going to give you enough of an extension to actually get you marks on this assignment. So you're still just getting a 0. And I've had to drop courses because of that. But I had a really, really strong success this term. We're in week 3 of term 2. I'm still working on term 1 assignments because I got, as you said, a 6-week extension on all 3 of the major projects for the 3 courses I was doing this term. And the number one thing I can recommend if you want to do this too is start.
Thanks for coming on again. Lovely to have you
or
back.
a psychologist.
Good luck with these assignments. Got a couple of
get
weeks
regular checkups. You can find
Yeah.
people who bulk bill,
And yeah,
or at least do it for very cheaply if that's something in your remit. Find a GP and start an ongoing dialogue, so that when you need special considerations, they know what your circumstances are. One of the biggest issues I had a couple of years ago was I didn't have a regular GP, and I had a landlord issue. Basically, my house was unlivable, and
welcome to Sydney.
welcome to Sydney, and I had to spend so much time dealing with that, and I just didn't have capacity, and I just didn't have capacity to commit to uni with everything else I was doing on top of dealing with a dodgy landlord. Welcome to Sydney. The issue was I didn't have a regular GP at the time, so when I went to a GP and said, I've been struggling mentally, I need some treatment, and and I'm looking at getting an extension on my assessments, I need a doctor's note from you. They're like, well, since you come today, I can give you a note for today, but I can't give you a note for anything else because I don't know. I need to treat you, I need to analyse you, I need an ongoing session. So the number one thing you can do, because the SpecCon team swears by doctor's notes, even to the point of inconvenience, even to a fault. If you say I was sick for 2 weeks, but your doctor's note says you were sick for 10 days, they're giving you 10 days. So be aware of that. Good doctors are also kind of aware of that and will help you. And if not, just remind them, like, I was sick for this long, please give me from this date to this date. I've been lucky enough to find doctors that are accommodating of that and will just be like, okay, so you need this, have this doctor's note. And that's what they gave me.
Yeah, I mean, you've had a relative win in that sense of SpecCons actually helping you out through this, and having a reliable doctor seems to have helped with that.
That in itself won't get you a 6-week extension. The reason I got that is because I happen to be pursuing diagnoses for, and I'm still pursuing diagnoses for whatever mental health disorder I have. I know there's something there. I'm not quite sure what it is yet, but there's something. And
your doctor seems to agree with that too.
It was quite a few people. I started this process in February with an intake appointment at Headspace, and then that person referred to me to 2 people who referred me to like 3 other people, and then I've had like 5 or 6 people look at my case and go, okay, this is what this person needs. These are the people we're referring to. I got referred to a psychologist who I was on a wait list for almost 3 months for, as is the case. Welcome to Sydney. But yeah, I was able to show all that documentation to say, yes, this is an ongoing process that I have had to focus on because I'm recovering from a trauma that I experienced in 2023 that is somewhat publicised.
And still unresolved. Yeah.
If you bother to take a look, please do.
Hint, hint, episode 1.
Hint, hint, wink, wink, episodes to come. But yeah, and because I was able to show special considerations that I had this ongoing process, and I had a medical practitioner sign this document, not just a normal medical certificate, but UNSW actually has one. I forget the name. Fuck me. There's this official form that a doctor can sign. It has like UNSW's logo on it, and I forget the name. But the doctor signed that one and said, I believe he will be able to submit his assignments by this specific date. And it also said, this person first started seeing a GP on this specific date, and that length was around about 6 weeks. So that's how I got it. Even then, that wasn't actually enough. It first got put under review, and this is the most crucial part, and this is why we're doing this segment today. The special considerations team sent me an email saying your application is under review for a long ass extension, and we are consulting with your faculty to determine whether or not you should be given an extension. That came in at around 9 a.m. one morning, and I got my extension granted at around 2 p.m. that afternoon. Someone in the School of Arts and Media, and I don't know who it is, they might even be listening. If they are, thank you so much. someone backed me, and that was it brought a little smile to my face first of all, but it's
a little win for once.
It's a little win for once. I honestly didn't expect it. I had I'm not gonna lie, I had a very, very negative opinion of the special consideration system up to that point, and I couldn't believe that they were actually accommodating of it. It shows that there is humanity there, and I think if we want to reform the special consideration system, I think we need to focus on making it more of a human process rather than just emails and forms back and forth. That's a start at the very least. So there's the second piece of advice though. First, see a regular GP. Do it now. Don't do it. Don't wait until you need it.
Right now, 7 a.m. on Wednesday.
Yes. We will be checking. And then second, be transparent with your professors about it. Be in a regular dialogue with your professors about what it is you're going through so they can be understanding of it. Because, to be honest, most UNSW staff are sick of the spec cons process as well.
And they don't need to know everything.
They don't need to know everything, but just say like, hey, I've been struggling and I'm falling behind on my readings, like not even just assignments, like just so they're aware of your plight and what it is you're going through, so that if push comes to shove, they can say, oh yeah, that this person is engaging and is wanting to pay attention and is wanting to complete the coursework in spite of whatever it is they're going through. And that's what happened to me. I've had really good professors. The English and Creative Writing department is number one. I will always stick by that. But
get that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, really, seriously. I don't know who it is, but someone has said yes, accommodate this person. And I don't know who it is, but ugh, I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it. So yeah, see a regular GP and keep a dialogue up with your professors. Most of them are approachable, at least in my experience, and I do an arts degree, and I have heard some horror stories from other faculties. But
you won't get it if you don't try.
Once you do find those good arts professors that engage in dialogues with you and like show care for you, stick by them.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting process, and it's one that I assume we'll be going into more detail, or that we will be going into more detail in upcoming articles, upcoming podcast sessions. So stay tuned for more.
Mm.
For now, thanks Alex for coming on. Is this what we're calling What's the Deal with Alex Neil? Is this going to be that segment?
You've given the most ARC-core name to the segment where I'm going to be ranting about all the problems with ARC that I have. Well fucking done is what I have to say. Well fucking done.
I'm proud of my work. You can't take that one away from me.
I'm sure you are. We haven't even gotten to simple extensions yet.
Yeah. If only you could see the look on Alex Neil's face right now.